No, it's not really green. I just removed the background. Oh, shit. Give me a second. I had not really green screen. I just removed the, I'm just using so I don't have any green screen, but I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah. But it's not. It's just playing around with things as always, trying new stuff. Um, yeah. And how is life, Leo? What is up? Shit. Ah, this is not what I wanted. Jesus Christ. Give me 1 second. It's definitely not what I wanted. I wanted this, then this. I had holiday today. Nice, man. Happy holiday. All right, let me just set this up before we start, and let me try this a bit. Give me 1 second. Auto frame. Yeah, maybe this is a bit better. Give me 1 second. How was my day? Good. One of my new teammates kind of started working today. One of the people I recently hired. So good. Very nice guy. Looking forward to work with him. Also, a designer joined my team. New designer joined my team today. And next month, one more developer joining my team. So yeah, good, honestly. Good, pretty good, I would say. Pretty good, I would say. Give me 1 second. Let me pour some water. Okay. Let me just make sure that site is live and all of that stuff. All right, site is live. Let's take a look at Grafana. If that is live, it is. Let's see if there's any inconsistencies today. And then we can start hacking away. Cassie, my dear friend, good evening. Thank you for passing by, man. Let's see here. Event loop today. Average is okay. Current maybe a few milliseconds higher. Let's see the memory. Is there any inconsistencies? So no memory leaks or anything today. Basically, I spent this weekend just setting up Grafana and a lot of other reporting. So let's just take a look. Is there anything? So no heap available detail is fine. Heap total detail, all good. Process memory usage, let's see. Processed memory API, 164 megabytes. Sure, that's fine. Let's take a look at Postgres. I don't know actually how to read those properly yet. Not actually sure what to focus on, to be very honest with you, when it comes to kind of profiling Postgres. I'm not an expert in that, but we'll learn over time how to read and utilize this. But nothing inconsistent today, neither. Cache hit rate, we need to figure out how to, one thing is setting up these things, which I did. Another one is actually fully understanding stuff. And let's take a look at the exporter here, just so our server CPI usage is 5%, memory usage, so all of this looks fine. We have the scatter plot. What is this actually? Yeah, so everything, nothing out of the ordinary, right? I think so. We can kind of, that's why I didn't really stream on Saturday, because I had to document a lot of infrastructure, and then I had to also implement this reporting and stuff, right? So yeah, let me just configure this camera. It's pissing me off a bit. 1 second. Quite hilarious, actually, staring at the camera like that. I'm running it on my servers, if that's what you mean, Cassie. I'm running it all on my own servers, right? Actually, I might have a diagram, right? I might have a diagram, yeah. So before we start coding, yeah. I mean, I'm hosting all my infrastructure, of course, yes. So this is my Grafana stack. So So this is my essentially whole infrastructure, right? So this is all, and obviously I'm self-hosting everything, yes. So this is my infrastructure in a nutshell. I'm using Hetzner. I'm paying for my own server, right? I'm hosting front end and Cloudflare pages. Then on my firewall on the server, and then on Universal Firewall, and then also I'm basically only allowing access from Cloudflare, right? So you can't, if you try going to the grafana.programmer.network, I'm gonna continue probably sortable list, yeah. So essentially, yeah, this is only accessible to me. This is my kind of reporting stack here. So I have Prometheus, Node Exporter, and Postgres Exporter. I have a certbot, which I just use to it just basically it's a cron job that auto renews my certificate. Now we have two HTTPS certificates. We have one for the API and we have another one for Grafana, right? We have this Google Cadvisor, which essentially just collects reports on the Docker containers, right? So that's what this guy is used for. And this is not really a rate limiter in a sense. It is kind of a fallback rate limiter because my rate limiting is done on the Cloudflare side, right? So my Cloudflare, so this is just a backup. So reverse proxy, yes, load balancer, not really. I don't really load the balance, or I don't really balance the load right now, right? Because there's really no load. It's very, right? But that's how it works. And then I have appsmith.com. I have Postgres exposed, directly database exposed on this IP to it, right? So that's how it works pretty much. And it's all self-hosted, of course, yes. Okay, cool. So that's how it is, Cassie. That's how it looks like. And yeah, today we're gonna continue with courses. Somebody was asking about that. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Let's see what the hell is happening locally. Give me a second, and let's continue with the courses, right? So let's continue hacking away today. Yeah, all right. So we stopped with courses. Is this still working? Let's see. So create course, it is. Then we create a section, right? Yeah. Then we should be able to make lectures, right? Yep. All right. And then create. And then you've created a lecture. Okay. So we'll kind of continue with this. Are we going to do the sorting now? Let's leave the sorting for the end. Let's zoom in a bit here. So let's leave the sorting for the end, right? So let's kind of try it slowly. I mean, I'm going to also spend a few hours this week coding off stream, right? Because, you know, we really need to get those courses done. I want to start writing the course, right? One of the courses. Okay, that's strange. Was that a bug? Wait a minute, something super strange happened. Give me 2 seconds here. No, it's good. Maybe I removed the whole section and it removed. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's kind of create a plan for today, right? I have one thing to tell you. I'm probably going to start using Vim again in a couple of weeks from now. I kind of, just an FYI, in a couple of weeks, I might switch back to Vim or NeoVim, be more precise. But we'll see. Let's focus on what we have at hand, right? All right, so okay, so let's just okay. So essentially, if we open our Draw.io, or to say courses Draw.io, right? Let's kind of get back on track. Last few streams I answered a lot of questions and stuff, and that kind of distracted us from making some progress, right? No, I'm not. I mean, I used to use Vim many years ago, right? And then I used, you know, Sublime Text and Atom and brackets and a lot of stuff, right? So it's not that I'm gonna change to it back, right? I'm literally just trying to remove the background. I'm just trying to see how this looks like. I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm learning Twitch, right? I've been here only for a couple of months, so I'm still working it out, what works, what doesn't work, and stuff like that, right? All right, great. So So let's kind of... Good evening to you as well, my friend. Good evening. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit so you guys can see maybe a bit better. I think it was maybe zoomed out a bit too much. I don't know if I should zoom a bit more or not. Okay, so let's kind of continue, right? So let's continue with the... So let's make sure... Okay, so let's see what we want to do today. So let's... do we have a to-do file in here? Yeah, we do have a to-do, right? So let's just let's kind of just get here and figure out what we wanna finish today, right? So first and foremost, so editing the... So those are very simple things. I'm sure we can finish them, right? So contents editable, title and description with some limit so it doesn't break the UI. Let's just do it like this, right? What else? Let's go back here. So we want to make sure that did we implement deletion of the lectures? We did, okay. So that's fine. Let's just write it down and then let's... No, not yet, Vanix, not yet. I kind of given up on that stream on that because I got kind of... distracted by the questions and stuff like that, right? So let's see, can we update the lecture? Did we implement that? No, okay. I mean, we have the API, right, and stuff. So update lecture. Can we update the section? Did we implement that? So we didn't implement the update in the front end at all. So update section. What else? Okay, let's just finalize this very quickly, I hope. Then for the image URL and video URL, okay, for the video URL, only allow YouTube videos. Actually, Vimeo, YouTube videos, yeah. For the image URL, ensure that the URL ends with, I don't know, an image extension. Yeah, at least for now, right? Because... but image itself will have to upload, right? So actually we need to change that. Implement image upload. Yeah. All right. Jesus Christ, man. How hard is it? Okay. Publish and publish. We already kind of did that, right? So, and then we need to make sure that we are actually saving the right content. Are we saving the actual tip-tab content now? Let's see. Let's see what are we actually saving, right? Yeah, so we're actually not, right? So make sure that tip-tab content is saved as string. So let's start here, because fundamentally those are the... When we do this, we can say that majority of the features for this specific courses thing is done, right? And then we're gonna have at the end here, let's say sort lectures, and we can say that this is lowest priority for now, right? So when we do all of this stuff, we're gonna implement some sorting stuff because we want to implement it in a kind of semi-generic way, right? Then preview should be nice. So I guess if you click this thing, yeah, and that's also... So let's also write that. So we'll need... So but basically when you click on this preview, what's eventually should happen is it should take you to that actual course page, and then you should be able to preview how that looks like, right? But that's... I think it's gonna take a while until we get there, probably a couple of days, right? So let's say low, and then we didn't actually implement delete course, which should remove everything, right? So let's implement basically this. Also gonna be very low. Let's say delete entire course and all associated entities. I'm pretty sure I mega misspelled this, did I? Which one, Vanix? Thank you very much. Associated. Is it really ass? Jesus Christ, it is associated. I just realized that this word has an ass in it, and nobody complains. Not even woke people are complaining about it. It's like, how can a word have an ass in there? Jesus Christ. Okay. Thank you very much, Peppermint. I had a relation here. Okay. So, also low, right? The videos are going to be from YouTube, yes, so they have to be iframes, right? We have no other alternative. Assign what? Well, no, I mean, not really, right? Because I don't mean preview the whole course. Preview refers to previewing that specific lecture, right? Right? So this is not like preview the whole course, right? It's pretty much preview that. Glaharsky, good evening, my friend. How is life? Right. So let's. I mean, you might have a point, right? But so this preview is contextual to this. Like you update because the lecture at the end of the day, right? The lecture itself is going to be the most important kind of unit of the course. Because when you create a course, there's just a grouping. Then you create a section. A section just groups things. But the lectures are basically things where you're going to have video, text, and stuff. So in a way, you will never preview the section because section is just a category in a way, right? So you will be mainly previewing. So you're going to, create lecture 1, you're going to finish with a lecture, then you create lecture, something, I don't know, introduction to whatever. So my assumption is that you're going to want to be previewing, right, like the lectures themselves. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's kind of continue here, right? Yeah, so let's start kind of messing with this, right? So we have will I record the video for TypeScript, writing simple app with TypeScript Tailwind? I mean, I could do that eventually, right? Yeah, I mean, my first course, so once we finish this feature now, Glaharsky, right? Once we finish this feature, I'm going to record a course for Fastify first. And then once I finish with the Fastify course, then I'm going to figure out what other course, right, we're going to do, right? Are you planning to make this open source? Right now, no, because that would make no kind of sense right now for me, because I've spent a lot of time on this and effort and then, stuff. I love you too, man. Right now, I must admit, there's really no plan for this now. But again, never say never, right? Maybe this project doesn't end up where I want it to be, and maybe Dev Technica, right? Maybe the only thing that ends up making sense, right, is making it open source, right? So maybe that's where we're gonna land eventually. Maybe we realize at the end of the day, right, is maybe we're gonna end up really exactly there. It's like maybe, but that is the part of the process. I need to see where this project is gonna take me. It might take me nowhere. It might take me to open source. It might take me somewhere else, right? But for now, I don't think that I have such plans. No. Because again, it wouldn't make much sense, no. Exactly, pretty much. Okay, so let's go ahead and start breaking this down, right? So first and foremost, right? Okay, so we have this to-do list here now. Let's see where we want to start, right? So lecture, course, la la la. So let's maybe start from the top, right? So the course has a title and description, right? And those are, so this is, yeah. Numinex, my friend, not yet. I haven't actually worked on this since you were here, right? So not yet. We're gonna, just to give you the plan for today, we're gonna focus on kind of finalizing the core functionality. Then sort lectures is gonna come after we do a few of those things, right? Right. Yeah, it's web development. Yes, correct. Yes. So okay. So yeah. Okay, so let's go and start fiddling with this stuff, right? So we have the course form. We don't actually care about that crap at all. But what we do actually care about is maybe you should be able to update stuff from here, right? So give me a second. So I don't know if we should use this content editable thing, right? Thank you very much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if we should kind of edit like this in place. Yeah, let's actually have an input and stuff, right? Let's have an input instead, right? So let me just think about this for 2 seconds, right? So because I want to make sure that this UI is dumb simple, right? So maybe, yeah, so we have an unpublished publish here, right? Yeah, my best man, I'm just trying it out. I don't actually know. Just trying, as always. Right? So let's see. So, okay, so we're gonna put some indicators there. Okay, let's start. So I need to focus now a bit on the code, and I need to shut up. So let's go ahead and start fiddling with that, right? So where is the title? We must have a title somewhere. Yeah, section, nah, that's not what we want. It's course title. All right, here, right? So, all right, so let's remove this content editable first and foremost, right? So let's do this. And so now, yeah, you can't click this. Somewhere around here, we can put an edit icon that when you click, those are actually shown as input buttons, right? Exactly. That's what we're gonna do. Yes, correct. Okay, so let's focus on that now, right? So let's go. Where is it? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, and let's wrap this fella in a div, right? And then let's over here. Let's say here edit. We must have some edit icon, right? And let's say class name is width of 8 or something like that, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, maybe like that. Yes, and let's see what we have here. Nah, that's not what we actually need, is it? No, it is all good. Oops. Wait, let me think. So we did have this div and this wrapping that. Okay, so we pretty much need very similar stuff like this over here, right? So the edit is kind of there, right? Over there. Let's say here gap 2 or something, right? Item center justify center. Crocoder. Nice nickname, man. Thank you very much, dude. Thanks for the follow. And let me see one thing. Yeah, it's not quite what I want though. Or maybe it is. All right, let's take a look here. Justify content center. Let's play with it a bit. Or is that the right one that I'm fiddling with? So we have this flex element outside. Then we have this file. Okay, actually, you know what? I don't care. It's okay. Let's maybe just slightly decrease the size of this thingy. Yeah, that's okay. Let's add some other stuff. Let's say hover, fill indigo 500 or something like that, right? Just so there's some indicator. Let's say cursor, yeah, let's say hover cursor pointer. And yeah, that should be okay. So now when you click this, basically, we pretty much want to make this kind of almost look like it's editable in place. If some of you are old enough, back in the day, we used to use like X editable and stuff with jQuery and plain JavaScript. We would make things like that. So, but in our case, we're going to use just input fields, I guess, here. It doesn't actually matter, right? Or, yeah, we'll see. Okay, so now what do we want to do? Well, when you click on this thing, right, we want to set something that's in an editable state, right? So we can say on click, set course editable, right? Something like that. Or let's say set, let's set is course editable, right? And then we're going to introduce some new state here. Right? We're going to say const is state editable, and then set is state editable. By default, it's going to be false, right? And then obviously we're going to now use this little fella to show some thingies, right? So here we're going to say, hey, if the state is editable, right? Well, technically, instead of you doing like several different ternary operators, let's do this a bit smarter, right? So let's say here, if state is not editable, then show this. Otherwise, we're going to show just some form or whatever, right? A form, a div, whatever we want. For now, let's just show div and then say, yep, all good, right? So now if we click this, this should become, yep, all good, right? That's great. I'm not sure what you mean, Manix, right? You need to elaborate a bit more. I'm not quite sure what you mean. And please ask it because I'm genuinely interested in the question, right? And if we go to the course form, basically, right? So, I mean, the only kind of thing that sucks about this, right, if we want to do it like this, right, is that it would make sense to add additional details here. So title, description, and duration as well, right? Duration and, right, in that case, then we could really reuse the existing form, right? So we could then reuse this whole form, like course form, and that would probably make the most sense, right? So, no, I'm not. I have my own hook. I built my own stuff. Everything that I use has been built by me. I'm not using almost any libraries in the front end here. I have my own use form hook that I built for this project, right? It's very simple. It's basically 144 lines of code, and it does dirty checking. It takes my schema as well, my AJV schema. It has validation so it's basically, I built it. The biggest problem with all of those hooks and libraries that you install is that they are always generic. They always try to cover every possible case, which makes them complicated, right? I built this for this project and it works. Nothing can work as good as this because this has been tailored with the rest of the systems of this project in mind, right? So this, my use form, it utilizes, AJV schema and stuff. You can see that my use form takes the initial state and then it takes the AJV schema, right? So I had to build this manually because there's no hook out there that takes AJV JSON schema, right? So I had to build my own, right? Let me just check one thing. Thanks, but no thanks. All right, let's try one thing, right? Let's try one thing. Screw it, right? Let's just try some simple stuff, right? So actually, no. So we're not going to do that, right? So let's do it actually instead like this. So let me just revert this stuff. And we're going to do something very old-fashioned, very old-fashioned, right? So we're going to do this. So we're going to wrap this little fella here. We're going to say, hey, is the state editable? Well, maybe, right? And then we're going to use... No, but that kind of sucks because then we don't have validation and stuff. Then we have to reinvent the wheel, right? So let's not do that, right? So actually, you know what? I think from the perspective of reusability and logically assuming, right? If you click this, we could just show the edit form here, right? Because, I mean, why reinvent stuff? Because we do already have a form, right? We already have a course form, and we can just say here that pretty much what we did for the lecture form and all of the other stuff, right? So let's kind of do that. Let's again, we need to make sure that we don't do stupid stuff just because, right? So let's also say that this form can take some data, and if it does, it's an update. So we're gonna replicate exactly what I did in other places as well, right? So hey, if this is an update, have some effect. And so let me just copy paste what we did a few days ago in a stream. So do this, right? If this is an update, it's gonna be title data.title, description, data.description, type data. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Exactly. Yes. And then let's pretty much do the same here. So we're gonna have some initial state. What is your goal with Programmer Network? What makes it different than other social platforms? Well, right now, at this moment, probably nothing, right? At this moment in time, this platform provides absolutely nothing new, original, and in a sense, right, there's nothing that you can find here that doesn't exist 500 times better in other places, right? But the emphasis here is right now, right? So that is... Eduardo, thank you very much for the follow, man, for subscription. So right now, none, right? But of course, it would be unfair to myself to compare myself to Twitter, a platform that's been out for 15 years, right? Or something like that, right? So it would be unfair comparison, right? So right now, nothing in a couple of months, maybe something, right? Because what's going to make it different, right, is that it's going to have set of features and community which is pretty much all around the developers. So pretty much like dev TO and stuff. And then of course it's very opinionated, right? Like depending who you ask, somebody's gonna like it, somebody's gonna dislike it, and that's how platforms work in general, right? That's why all of the platforms out there have some users, because different people have different preferences, right? This is a minimalistic platform in every possible way, and I'm building this. I'm building this with minimalism in mind, right? So I'm building this for people who hate being bombarded by bullshit, and that's also the type of people I want on this platform, right? So in simple words, right now nothing, and you're probably better off with any other platform. Now, of course, that's not how communities are built. That's why you have early adopters. That's why you have people who are sticking around, right? Because technically, that's what early adopter is. It's people who like your idea, who align with your values, and they want to see something succeed. And you cannot build a social platform of any kind, any different way. You always have to find people who support your idea, your way of doing things. And luckily, there's 8 billion of people on this planet. And for the most part, there's always just enough of people to do just that, right? So I don't really like to compare myself to other platforms at all. I'm attempting to do something, to build something, and if that idea turns out to be stupid, then, well, we're gonna build some other product, and then we're gonna keep building products until one of them works, right? I'm pretty young, I'm 34, and I'm pretty much sure that I'm gonna be coding for like next 20 years, probably. So we have enough of time to try more things until we succeed, right? So that's my mentality, right? There's never certainty when you build products. Building products, if anyone was certain of product success, everyone would be billionaires and millionaires, but it doesn't work like that. Talking about Twitter, it's down. I mean, I really despise, right? I mean, you know, I am my own biggest burden, right? Being mature is also a burden. I always say, you know, in the Balkans where I come from Serbia, right? We have one song. It's called "How Nice It Is to Be Stupid," right? So sometimes it's actually way better to be just dumb in today's world, and it seems in some circumstances, right? But anyway, either way, right? You. What I'm going to be doing for many years, I'm going to be showing up and I'm going to be building products, and I know that one day I'm going to succeed. It's inevitable, right? Now, when is it going to be? Time will tell, right? Pretty much, I think they are, yes. So in simple words, if you have a dream of building your own company, the only thing you have to do is you keep trying, right? If you look at all of the successful people, like if we take the hyper successful people, like 0.101%, like Elon Musk, he has built, you know, bunch of products before he succeeded with PayPal. So there was no single successes. It's very rare that you found a company, the first one, and you just succeed. That's super rare, right? But you fail once, you fail twice, and you don't really fail. For me, the word failure is dumb. Because what is failure, right? Like, what can I fail with this project with? With nothing, right? I'm going to learn a bunch of stuff. I'm going to have fun with you guys building this. I'm going to get more experience of what I could have done better. So there's really no failure. There's no such thing as failure, unless, of course, be careful, unless I'm investing my salary, my wife's salary, unless I'm putting, unless I'm putting, you know, all of our savings and my child's life in danger, then that's stupid. But what I'm doing here, I'm spending my free time building this, and exactly, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, pretty much, very well said, exactly. So that's how it is, man. That's how it is. You just have to keep showing up, and one day, maybe if you're lucky, and you have to create your own luck, right? One day, if you're lucky, well, you know, you just, you succeed maybe. Who knows, right? But sitting home and thinking about if you should do something and if you should fail up front, that's not a healthy that's not a healthy way to look at things, right? Good evening, Panosa, my friend. So what would I want it to become? I mean, I would want it to become just a platform, right? A platform where developers appreciate reading things, writing things, a platform that developers want to write articles on, a platform where developers feel that they're not being bombarded by spam, a platform where developers feel like they're not constantly being sold something, right? A platform that's not there to make you scroll through that feed, 5 hours a day, because all of the existing platforms, man, are made with engagement in mind, right? When you go to Twitter, when you go to LinkedIn, when you go to Facebook, right, those feeds are built that you constantly, right, just keep scrolling down, right? They're made to hook you up. That's why you see so much non-correlated stuff. You see some tits of some chick or some ass, then you see a cat, a dog, then you see some political bullshit, right? Those algorithms work in a way to waste your time. And I want to build something opposite of that, right? So that's what I want, right? I want people to be healthier, right? And not to be slaves of those platforms, right? So that's, I guess, what I want. It's a great question, actually. People rarely ask that. So I appreciate your question. Don't get me wrong. Thank you for asking. It's a very good question. By no means, don't misunderstand me, right? Ah, so the form is coming from the outside. Okay. Why? No, no, I don't speak English. No, no, definitely not. All right. Uh, course form. Ja, sprechen Deutsch. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let's kind of move this away. Well, I mean, stupid questions deserve stupid answer. Let's face it, right? I mean, right? That's how it works. Stupid questions deserve stupid answers as well. Okay. Man, Bas Bakins, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. Seriously, thank you very much for the question as well. I think it's a valuable question for me to get along this way because not many people are actually asking that. So seriously, it's a good question and thank you very much for asking that, man. Course form. Okay, so let me focus. Exactly, somebody said, dude, shut up and focus, and I agree with your sentiment 100%. I will shut up and I will focus one day in my life. People always tell me, give me that compliment. They're like, Alex, you look like a serial killer. And I'm like, really? Thank you very much. Nobody said such a nice thing about me before. People tell me all sorts of nice things every day. Like, why do you look like you want to murder people and stuff? And I'm like, thank you. Nobody ever told me that today. Okay, lecture form, course form. Yeah, course form. Okay. You look decent today. Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you. That's a compliment. Murdering talk. Okay. Okay, shut up, guys. Shut the fuck up, okay? Let me code 3 lines of code, or this stream is gonna be the same as the previous one. Just a bunch of talk. If you continue doing this, guys, I'm just gonna become like a lot of those other streamers. I'm gonna start dancing on the stream, licking something so I get... I'm gonna start licking my microphone like those chicks, I don't know what they're licking. They're licking something, but they're like... And they have like 10,000 viewers. I'm clearly doing something wrong here. Maybe I should just start licking this microphone, right? I mean, if you want to succeed on Twitch, just start licking something. You know, I can lick this glass. I can lick my wallet even. Have you ever seen a guy licking a wallet in a stream? There's no chance you've seen that. Look at this. Oh, this wallet is so great. Oh, let me lick this GitHub statue now. Like, okay. Jesus Christ. I know, exactly. All right, shut the fuck up, okay? But I'm gonna think about it. It's a good idea. You know, if AI kills all of our jobs, at least now I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be licking something. I'm gonna find anything in my I'm not gonna be playing a guitar, because I'm sure there's a bunch of people on Twitch playing guitar. But ask yourselves, is anybody licking a guitar? Think about it. Think about it. Deeply think about it. I don't think that anyone has ever licked a guitar. Well, you would be surprised, Leo. You would be surprised. You would be surprised. People get turned on by all sorts of crazy shit, man. There was a guy in Germany who married his car. And I'm not even kidding, bro. Look at this. Sex with my car. My strange addiction. Look at this, bro. So do you think that if this guy can marry a car, that I can't lick my guitars? Look at this guy, man. This guy is in a relationship with a car, bro. Yep. I'm not making it up, bro. Look at this. Look at this guy now, man. I'm not kidding. Wait a minute. Look at this, bro. Look at this, man. Just remember this face, man. Look at this, man. Okay, let me seriously shut up. That's a good point. Thank you. Thank you. So, you would be surprised, guys. You would be surprised. There's all sorts of crazy shit out there, right? Okay. Think about it. Okay. All right, seriously, I have to focus now. Jesus Christ. Exactly. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's collect my thoughts a bit, right? Okay, so what was I even trying to do? Okay, when we click here, we want to see the form. Okay, let's do that. Jesus fucking Christ, you guys are so annoying. Okay. All right. Course. Yeah. Course. Okay. Yes. Okay, where was that click? All right, so we had this. We're not gonna do anything with that. Yes. Okay. All right, so that's all cool. When we click that, we want to show the form, right? Yep. All right. I don't know if it should be here. And this is a horrible name. We're gonna change that. I'm gonna just ignore you now, like you don't exist. You know, you actually do not exist for me. You don't, Panosa. You're dead to me, man. You're dead to me. Okay, you are dead to me. Okay, here it is. I'm just gonna pretend that I'm focused. Where's my course now? Okay, seriously, I need to leave the stream today with sense of accomplishment. And I cannot do that when you guys are showing me a guy licking a car and marrying his car, right? I cannot do that. I'm completely not reading the chat right now. All right, I'm definitely not reading the chat. All right. Cool. All right, so you added this crap. We obviously want to say, okay, yeah, okay. I will genuinely focus, I promise. So course form, yeah, we scroll down. If there's data, show the update. Actually, so that's, did we not pass the data? Yeah. So here we have to say course, right? So here we have to say course. And then, yeah, so if we click this edit now, okay. Oh, what the hell am I? No, sorry, my bad. Oh, shit. That was the wrong thing. That was the wrong thing to change. So, and this is also wrong, okay? I'm genuinely not reading the chat right now. Data, yeah. Handle create. Yeah, that's actually good. Yeah, I like that. So we go to course form. And how did I do it in other places? Oh, yeah. I think I inlined it somewhere, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're going to pretty much do the same, right? We're going to do this stuff. Yeah, and then we're going to go to course form, and then we're going to go to the button itself. On click, we want to... What did I just copy? I copied the whole on click, the entire on click handler, right? Yes. And then what was this taking? This should be taking handle create, right? Which it kind of does. And then it should be, I guess, taking this, right? Form date, and then handle update should be exactly what we're doing now. Is it actually taking handle update? Ah, they are trolling me. They are trolling me. Oh, motherfuckers. Okay. What did I want to do? What did I want to do? Oh, yeah. I know what I wanted to do. Yeah. Okay. Assholes. Handle, delete, handle, create. Where's the handle update? Ah, yeah, we didn't implement it yet. Handle update, right? So let's say handle update section. And then, yeah, let's handle create section. Ignoring you guys completely. Completely ignoring you. So this actually does need a sec. No, what the hell? I mean, course ID, right? Well, yeah. So I guess it should be body.core.id should be, right? Body.id. Handle, what did I do? Okay, no, it's actually good. Handle update section, okay. If you're ignoring me, read this. Oh man, super mega trolls. Unbelievable. If you're ignoring me, read this. Oh, fucking assholes, man. Okay. Unbelievable. It worked because it's fun. I mean, I find that ridiculous. If you're ignoring me, read this. How brilliant that is. All right. So, okay, that's good. And what can we actually update? So this is all kind of good, right? Yeah. And then we're gonna, then we're gonna have initial state over here, right? And that's okay. So that's gonna be our initial state. This is our schema. We're gonna move this away eventually, right? We'll see for now. So now if we click this fella over here, we can see that it's not quite working, right? Because why do I keep switching to the API? So let's actually see here, like, why is this not working, right? It is a common question, and it's a good question as well. I'm not writing it in TypeScript because when I started this project, I just didn't start it in TypeScript. So there's honestly, there's really no other reason, right? There's really no other reason. Course form data. Let's see over here. oh shit, this is wrong. Why is it saying course.course? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what pogger means, but I guess it's a really great compliment. Thank you very much. Whatever it means. Okay, good. So we're now pre-filling this crap, and that's fine. Duration, I guess. Do we have a duration? No, it doesn't seem we're actually passing duration at all, are we? Let's actually refresh this. I mean, no, I think I spoke about those things a lot of times, right? The thing is, TypeScript and a lot of other things, a lot of other utilities around your product, there's always a space and time for those things, right? In my opinion, if you're building a startup, if you're building something very early stage, something that you should definitely try to not constrain yourself, right? Yeah, I don't know those words. I mean, you know, I'm not that old, but I'm not a fan of this gaming vocabulary. It kind of makes me feel like I'm like 7 years old or something, right? I don't know. It's just me, but it's just me, right? I don't care. It's just okay. You know, yeah, it's like okay. What did I want to do? What did I want to do? Yeah. So we do this now. That actually works. The only thing we're actually not getting. Let me see. So what is this? This is get course, right? So if we get here, it's that we should have get course. It's most likely that our schema is messed up, right? Yeah, so we have the get course here, right? Let's take a look at the router itself, right? So we go to get course schema, and our response schema is here. So is it possible that we're maybe not returning duration? It is possible, right? So we are actually, in fact, not. So let's say here duration, and let's say it's an integer. I presume, right? Counter, no worries, man. I genuinely, I'm not messing with you. I don't genuinely know what those things are. It's not to say that you know, I don't know them on purpose. It's just like, yeah, you know, I don't know. I just never learned those terms, right? I'm genuinely telling you this. When I watch some gamers, right? When I watch Asmongold, right? Because I think that guy is hilarious and very entertaining. I don't understand 3 words in the whole chat, right? When I read his chat, I have no idea what those words mean, right? Because it's literally like nobody's saying anything, right? Ah, shit, okay. Yeah, true. So please don't misunderstand me, man. It's not a critique at all. I genuinely just never learned those things, right? Because I know when I go to one of those gamers chats, I just see the same shit written all the time. Nobody's writing more than 5 words at once. It's almost like I don't know. Okay, good. So now we're returning the duration. La la la. That's fine. We see this. So did we implement? You know, did we implement update course? Update course. Yes, we did. Beautiful. Okay, great. And what does it take? Title and description. That's wrong. It should also take duration and the type. And let's also say here duration and type. And yeah, let's go to the router as well and make sure that we tell it that that's what it takes. So params, let's see what it's actually. So what is it? I guess it's the body, right? So it is already taken duration. Title and description is mandatory. Okay. I guess all of it has to be mandatory in a way, right? So it has to have duration and type as well. And then let's say here duration, we have it, type enum free. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me just pour some water, guys. Just 2 seconds, please. No, but I think that guy Asmongold, there are a few. I mean, I rarely, honestly, I don't watch Twitch much, but if I'm watching someone, that guy is pretty intelligent, and also he has a very, he plays his role. I mean, he is a troll and stuff, but I know that he's acting, right? I think the guy is actually quite fun, and you know, it's entertainment. When I watch him, I'm just like, if there's nothing better to do, so I respect that, right? I respect his role that he's playing, right? It's just the chat itself is like ridiculous. You can't really read anything there, right? Okay, let's give it a shot now. Let's see. It's probably gonna fail, right? I have not heard of that person, unfortunately, no. But I'll check it out. Undefined, okay. Instance path order. Okay, so we're not giving it the... Give me 2 seconds. Give me 1 moment. Yes. So we do have the ID here. So if we go to the course form data, set form state. Yeah, I guess we're forgetting here to set the ID to data.id, right? I suspect that that's the issue, right? What's your way of entertainment? To be very frank with you, man, like, it's mostly my kid and my guitars, right? I mean, you know, I'm coding like, I don't know, more than 10 hours every day. So I generally, like, it's not that I don't want to watch Twitch or something like that. It's more that I just don't, you know, I can't just sit by the computer, you know, all day long. So I guess I would say, you know, mostly family, right? Or watching a movie or something like that, right? Because, you know, I'm streaming and then I'm working full time. You know, I'm at work every day until like 4:30 or something, right? So in a way, it's yeah, it's an escape from all of that, right? But time to time, you know, I think that honestly, like services like live streaming, and I'm very cautious not to say Twitch, but I think that services like YouTube and live streaming services are in some way future of entertainment, right? Because I think it's very powerful that people today, right, have access to expose themselves and find people alike and stuff like that, right? So in a way, shit. Why don't you use, why would I necessarily must use anything, right? Why would I use React Query? Let me ask an opposite question. Why would I use it? What would it solve for me? So we're missing an ID basically here. So let me just print it when we actually get the, so we're most likely not getting the ID that we're passing, right? So let's say edit. So we are actually getting an ID, so that's okay. So we know that that's fine, right? Okay, good. Yeah, so that's why, right? So we're missing an actual ID here, right? So we're actually missing an ID here in the forms. So why? Let's see where, so form that's, yeah, it's because of my, yeah, it's okay. It's fine, right? We actually don't really actually have to care about this at all. So let's kind of get rid of this, right? We're completely fine, right? We don't actually need that gibberish at all. What we're actually gonna do, right? We're gonna simply say, hey, say that ID is data.id. Yeah, it is an update or create. Yeah, exactly. I think it's fine, right? I think it's fine. Okay, let's try to edit this again. So the ID should be there now, in my opinion. So let's see what happens. Okay, good. So now we're getting 400 at least, so that's good. Our validation is, and it's saying must have property order. Okay, sure. Even though I didn't even know that my course has an order, right? So that's a bit awkward. Let's go back here. And, shit. Give me 1 second. Let me just, I was dealing with infrastructure yesterday, so I had to change some stuff. What's my new port? Give me 1 second. It's 32770. So it's 32770. Save, connect. Have an additional one. All right, connect. Great. So let's take a look at our stuff. Where is it? Public. Yeah. What did I want to do, man? Yeah. So course. Why does the course has an order? Does it really have an order? Did we really add an order property to a course? No, course does not have an order. No. So we're probably calling a wrong endpoint from the front end. I think we are. Let's take a look, see. So let's go over here and let's say, where is it? Handle update section. What? Handle update. Shit, we're calling the wrong thing. This should be handle update course. Okay, so well, that's a bummer. So this should be handle update course, right? And that's okay. So now we have the body courses. And let me just check one thing. Did we mess up the other part here? Did we actually? Yeah, I think I did. Kinda, right? Okay. Yeah, I think I messed up the I thought I was at least changing something else, which I wasn't. Handle delete lecture. Okay. Well, that's a bummer, right? So let's revert this handle update course. So let's revert that a bit. Don't worry, I copy pasted it. I just want to see what the hell. I see. So actually I never, okay, good, all good. So this should just be, wait a minute, where is the handle? So where's the handle create course? I have a Raspberry Pi cluster right behind me, Hunter. I have 4 Raspberry Pis B, 8 gigs of RAM each. I have a 4 unit rack right behind me, and I have a K3s running on it. So Kubernetes is just not the just not the Google's one, but the lighter version one. Yes, I use Node.js at work. Go, Node, Python. Dude, like, I'm a bit confused now. Give me 3 seconds. Like, where the hell have you been? Like, oh shit, wait a minute. That's why, right? So we're creating, I see. So course form, I see. Okay, all good. False alarm. Okay. So where have I been? Over here, right? Handle create section. So handle create, handle update course. And then where were we? Yeah, let's update that. So API v1 courses, this is going to be body.id. Depends, Peppermint, right? Depends. For data science, Python is widely used because they don't care about performance, because they're not building APIs or high intensive true output software, they are using it for something else, right? So yeah, depends for what, right? Every language kind of has its own domain and usability, right, aspect. So not every language has to be performant because it's not made for that necessarily, right? Okay, so it seemed that it worked now, I think. At least, let's take a look. So let's try to update it now. Okay, so it does work, right? Okay, good. I think JavaScript is master of many traits, right? I think that's just a huge misconception in the development community. I think that's completely wrong. A language to be master of things has to check many boxes than just performance, as we spoke about last time, right? Because JavaScript as a language is almost always go for any startup, any product that wants to get to the market fast, and that's one of the most important characteristics of a language today. It's not memory, it's not CPU, right? So scaling things today actually is also incredibly simple, either vertically or horizontally, also not a problem. So in a way, all of that is just theoretical and arbitrary, right? Unless you're working at 1% of companies on the planet, which language you use is almost irrelevant. So unless you're working for some high streaming like Twitch or Netflix or something that requires a lot of networking, a lot of low-level stuff, it's absolutely irrelevant. How many of you actually in this chat are working for a company that a calculator couldn't write? I've been working for 16 years almost in this industry, and I've never had performance problems, ever. No matter which technology I worked. I worked with PHP, I worked with C#, I worked with Node.js. I've never yet reached a business having that bottleneck, right? Unless Murloc, you can provide us with that experience of yours, I'm super happy to hear and discuss it with you. All right, so essentially, yeah. So the only kind of shitty thing about this now is that it would be nice that as you're kind of typing in this form, right? I never said that. I never said that at all. But you have to provide a concrete example when using any of those languages is a performance bottleneck, right? You're being very theoretical. I'm being very practical. Nobody said ever that you should not be thinking about performance. I'm just saying 99.9% of the time which language you use is not going to have anything to do with your performance issues. So it has nothing to do with language in 99% of the cases. The language is not the bottleneck, right? So the thing is, I think that's maybe where we, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be thinking about performance. I'm saying your bottleneck is not going to come from the fact that you're using Python. It's going to come from the fact that you're writing shit code or something like that. That we can agree on. But language-wise, right? It's right. So that's what I'm saying, right? Okay, so let's I hope that any of you reach a point in your companies where truly you have so much traffic that performance does become a problem. Because then I'm sure that the least concern of yours is going to be scale. Because you can scale a calculator today almost to a meaningful point, right? Almost. Okay, so I think the only thing that we have to do here is we have to say, so first thing we have to do is this. Thank you very much, man, for the follow. Appreciate it. Let me just get here set. I think it's incredibly important to know system level design stuff, right? So algorithms and data structures for the most part are useless, right? But I think knowing how to design some parts of the system for sure, I definitely agree, Leo. I think it's important to know at least basic core parts of the system. Like most of the systems, they need notification system, they need few of the very things which are generic almost now, which kind of exist in every single system, right? Jace, good evening, friend. Set is course editable. Set is called course editable. Is state editable? If it's editable, do this. So, okay. Let me just test that and let's move on as courses again, exactly until we're done with them. Exactly. Is state editable? La la la. Let me actually close this crap. Course set editable. Set course editable. Oh shit, man, this is wrong. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. So yeah, we completely overseen that, right? I worked for 2.5 years. Around 5 or 6 years ago, I worked as an Electron kind of developer, right? When I worked at Airtime. And it's actually quite impressive, right? Because three of us have built application back then, or two of us actually, Elvis, Noah, and I, my good friends. We've built for 4 platforms: Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and Chrome OS. 3 guys built an app that still runs today at airtime.com if you go to, right? So that is what companies need. If Electron didn't exist back then, maybe Airtime as a company wouldn't exist today. So that's what I'm trying to share in this stream, that when you're a small startup with minimal funds, with you need to survive, you need to prove your value, your worth. You don't have money to hire 20 developers to build native apps. Objective-C, Swift, you know, C, whatever, C#. You want to find a technology as a founder. It's like, what can we use to build this super easy? Like, we're not worried about if this is utilizing 4 megabytes of RAM or 400, right? We just need something that works, right? And that's why JavaScript is indeed amazing. It's amazing from the perspective of business. Nobody gives a shit about your RAM and stuff like that, unless you're an embedded developer and you have a, you know, performance constraints today. Nobody cares, right? I have Airtime 2. I have the first Airtime 2 that was made. I think I have it somewhere here in the place. They're still around, Penosa, still around and kicking ass. Okay, so this is good. This kind of now works. Okay, let's move on, and then we're gonna do those other states and stuff. And I remember that you told me that you backed us. Well, I wasn't there when you backed them, but yeah, I was there like 5 or 6 years ago, I think. No, more like 4 years ago, I think. What the hell is happening? Why is this not working? Oh, it was Alt and Enter. Oh yeah, no. Toggle box, right? No, that's not what I want to do. What the heck? Okay, never mind. Well, we did this now, yeah. Goal 25. Update lecture. Okay, update section, right? Okay, so super simple things. Let's finalize. Now I was carried away too much by the chat and stuff, and I love it, but we need to kind of get this stuff done now. It's so simple, right? I mean, this is like a 20-minute thing. All of this would have been. Okay, so let's update the section, right? So let's just create those let's call them services for now, right? Get course, handle create section, handle update. Yeah. And then we'll need to kind of simplify this a bit eventually. So let's say handle update section. That should be, I guess, a put, right? It's gonna be courses, course ID, sections, section ID, right? ...2014. I started working at the Airtame 2016. I think so, yeah. It was 16 or 17, so 2 years after you backed him. Makes sense. No, actually, okay, I see. Okay, let's actually stay with that. Handle update section. So it doesn't actually matter at all, I think, but let's try that. And then, yeah, initial state. Yeah, okay. So we are actually, it's not liking it. I think we are, let's see what's happening. Yeah, it's missing the order. And does I guess sections do have order, right? Let's take a look. Let's go to our database. Let's go to course sections. And we do indeed have an order here. Okay, fair enough, all good. I didn't even know that my sections, that we added that to the data, but it's okay, right? So let's go here and yeah. So let's spread this fella over here. So we're gonna do this and we're gonna say, you know, order is data.order, right? Whatever the existing order is, right? I don't know where it's from. I recently found it on YouTube. Oh, we have 200 followers on YouTube. Very nice. Okay, it's happening. I'll actually send it to you. I can't find it now. Shit, did I close my browser? I did. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. Subscribers, not followers. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know those terms, man. One company calls them one thing, another company calls them another thing. It's God freaking knows how they're called anymore, man. I started YouTube maybe 2 weeks ago, I think. Or something like that. Streaming I started a couple of months ago. But I wasn't streaming consistently all the time, right? Depends. I have a bit, right? Depends, right? Depends how the life is, kid, wife, and all of that stuff, right? Depends on a lot of things, right? Update course, right? But I started streaming, I think, a couple of months ago. Probably more than half a year ago. 7 months ago, I think. 8 months ago. I don't actually remember, to be very frank with you. Okay, it's almost good. I think we're failing, but that's good. Let's just see. Are we actually updating that crap? Yeah, we are. Okay, good. Let's just fix that. I mean, yeah. So what did I want to do? Yeah, section form. Yeah, handle update. So let's go back here, right? And let's take a look at this handle update course. Sure, handle update section. So la body, yes, set course. Yeah, that's the problem, right? No, it's not. Are we actually no? Well, nah. We're actually not returning what we updated, right? So that's the problem. Well, one of the problems probably, right? So we do this, and then let's go over here, update this, and then response is false, right? So it's failing because we're actually not returning stuff, right? Let's try section response schema, right? Yeah, technically that should fix it, right? So let's try that again. Ah, I see, okay. Jesus Christ, man, what did I do? I moved the window. So hard, so hard. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's do that, right? Jesus Christ, man. Come on. Come on. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Seems that probably what we're getting back from the API or something else. Let's see. I don't actually know. Update. The hell is this, bro? Yeah, but I don't think that's the issue anyway, right? Let's see. Should be something super stupid, right? So we do this. Course sections. Let me get rid of this super annoying ternary operator, right? Panosa, man, what is to say? Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Looking forward to that beer one day, man. If this is if people find this to be clean code, then God help them if there is one. Plural, exactly, man. I know that it's gonna happen one day. It has to. So basically, what we do, we update this. Probably something silly, right? Let's take a look. So we spread the course sections, course sections map. So it's complaining about that something gets messed up here. If section ID is section ID, return the data itself. I did fix the GitHub, yes, yesterday. Yeah, it's something silly. I just got distracted a lot by the chat, I must admit, right? So that's to my defense. It's a bit, wait a minute, data ID, form data order. So that's all fine, right? Cap Pra, thank you very much, man. Let's take a look. It's something dumb, 100%. Let's actually try not to do this, right? Because then it's probably not gonna fail anymore, right? Let's see. So try to edit that again and do this. Let's see, update. That's incredibly awkward, if you ask me. But it seems to be that, yeah. But that's not good. That's really bad. That's very scary. Wait a minute. How is that even possible? So we spread the course. Give me a second here. That's pretty scary actually. Ah shit! Because I'm testing another thing. You can see that my brain is just dead. I was updating another thing. We need to update the section. Yeah, sorry. So okay, good. So we can see, yeah. So we can see kind of that, yeah. This causes the issue here. What we just commented out. So we have a course. We have course sections. We loop through them. We say, hey, if the section ID is this, return the data. So maybe it's kind of, yeah. Let's try like data and the body. Let's see what happens there. Oh, I know what the issue is. Yeah, I know what the issue is. So the issue basically, right, is that shit. So the issue basically is that we're not returning the section lectures, right? The join itself. So when this gets created in the API now, right? If we go here, so this thing isn't really returning. We're not doing a join here, right? So and that's right. So it's okay. So that's perfectly fine, right? So what we're actually gonna do instead, we're gonna say, hey, if this is the case, well, take the existing section and spread it, and then spread the data itself, for example, or the body even. So we don't even need to return anything from the API, and this should now work. This should now work, I think, at least. Let's see, work, but whatever, update. Yeah, and then that's it. Okay. What is the discussion? Do you use reducer hook frequently? Yes. I use it because, well, depending which one you refer to. If you're referring to the React use reducer hook, no, I'm not using that at all. But I'm using it with the Redux. Yeah, yes. Leo, love you, man. Much love to you, man. Have a good one. Thank you for being around. I do not use that. No. I do not use that. No. All right, good. That's pretty good. Okay, let's keep on going. My pleasure, man. Thank you for being around. Thank you for being around and making this fun every night. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go to the to-do. Sleep well, man. Update lecture, update section. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to ChatGPT and let's just do one thing. So let's use the version 4. And what did I want to do? So what did I want to do? So let's just do this for the, so create a custom AJV validator for me of type string and format URI that only accepts a valid YouTube URL. Thank you very much for the follow, Racines. Appreciate it, man. Or girl, whoever you are. Good evening, buddy. Good evening. So let's create a custom validator for this. We're going to use it in kind of isomorphic way, right? I'm a man. Good. Good evening, man. So, and then we're going to copy paste this to both our API and our frontend because we're using the same validation library in both ends. And yeah. How is it going? Good, man. Good. Just hacking away. Enjoying the evening, waiting for my wife to come from work. Yeah. What about yourself? But thanks for asking, man. Okay, let's go to our validators in the front end and then in the back end, right? Just chilling, eating up. Nice, man. Actually, I'm also getting hungry. I might also eat something when I'm done here. Add format. Okay, so let me just get here. We don't actually need this. Define the regex pattern. That's good. Schema. Define schema. Valid. La la la. Okay, well this is actually the validator. That's quite funny, right? Please add a custom. Actually, no, we're good. We're good. We are good. No, we're good. And if you're not using JSON schema or AJV, it's absolutely mind-blowing. This whole project is kind of depending on it, both backend and front end, just FYI. Incredibly good. So let's just inline this, just because we don't create this in a global scope there, and we don't really need that anyway anywhere else. And so we have this format now, right? And we can use this format now anywhere in our validators, right? So for example, if we go to our, let's say a lecture form, right? And if we go to the actual JSON schema here, now I should be able to say, hey, format is, what was the format called? Let's call it YouTube URL. Okay, that's fair enough, right? So here, instead of saying URI, which is a generic URL, right, we're gonna say, hey, well, this has to be a YouTube type of URL. That's the format, right? And then we can use the error message, a custom one from our error message library, right? Format invalid YouTube URL. So it's like, hey, if the format is wrong, react with the error message for this given guy, invalid YouTube URL. But generally, you know, should actually, shit, what did I do? I don't want that. Okay, so great. So if we go now to our stuff here, right? And if we go here and we try to, actually, if we create a new lecture, so yeah, whatever this, invalid YouTube URL, right? So if I technically give it Google, it should still fail, invalid YouTube URL. If I go to my YouTube channel, this thing we recently started here at the Programmer Network, right? Let's try to share my own video here. So I go here and I open up the, how do I open up the video? I think there was an icon here, yeah. So if I do this and paste it back here, let's see if actually the regex is gonna allow this URL, right? And it does, as you can see, so that's great. And whatever, right? Okay, good, so that's good. Let's now tell it to also write a validator. No, because unfortunately here we're gonna have to upload stuff to our Cloudflare images, right? We're not using like S3 or cloud storage and GCP. We're using Cloudflare images, right? So here potentially, so yeah, we actually haven't added that to our to-do list, right? Oh, we actually did. For the video URL, only allow YouTube videos, so that's what we did already. Nice. Update lecture, hi, implement image, upload. Okay, so let's put this guy here. YouTube short links. What is a YouTube short links? YouTube short links. What is that? Oh, this one. Is it this? Well, I mean, Cassie, TypeScript has nothing to do with that, right? TypeScript is a static type checker. It has nothing to do, right, with your TypeScript is your development environment, right? It's something that it's not validating the input and output, right? It has nothing to do with that, right? Let's try. Let's try. Actually, well, I don't have an update. Let's add it. We didn't implement update for that. Shit, wait, let me go here. Stalls Breaker, thank you very much, buddy. I think it may be when you right click on a YouTube video, you get a short, right click on a video, copy video URL. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, thank you very much. I didn't know about that, so that's great. Let's try now. Title, whatever. Yeah, it works. Yeah. And I think the regex actually does include that, right? Let's now copy the same thing to our API, because again we're using the same validator, right? So if I go to, so we're using this in kind of an isomorphic way, right, as you would say, right? So do we have any formats? Add formats, okay? And where's our formats? Do we actually have any? Do we actually have formats at all? Are we plugins add formats? But where is our formats? Keyword, those are keywords. Where is the formats? How do we actually even pass the formats? Give me 2 seconds here. Keywords. No worries, man. Not distracting at all. Just keep in mind, right? AJV is a validation library. Just like if you've used, you know, what's it called? Happy.js, right, and stuff. Happy.js has its own validator, right? So it's just a JSON schema validator, right? Not related to TypeScript. TypeScript is just tooling, right? Give me just 1 second. My mother-in-law is writing one thing. She's here with us, and then she wants me to turn off the light. Yes. I do, yeah. I used to do sometimes, yeah. In this stream, I am using it, yeah. This one. Oops, sorry. So that's what we're using now, this stream, yeah. But sometimes we're using it, yes, depending how the stream goes, right? But in my private time at my work, yes, I use it, yes. My pleasure, man. Okay, so that's good. So let's keep on going, right? So that works. Image URL. So this is going to be an... okay, but what did I want to do? It's just I don't actually remember if we can... Jesus Christ, man. Like, how do we... Did I actually add the keyword alphanumeric validate? This is keywords. I wonder if I can say formats here. I don't actually know. I don't remember because I'm extending now the Fastify's kind of internal stuff, right? So I don't... No, actually, I think we're good. Wait a minute. I think if we... Maybe we're good. Wait a minute. Where is it? Plugins, AJV formats. What if I would do... Oops, give me 2 seconds. So what if I would go out? No, that's not gonna work. No. Do we even have an AJV instance in here? No. Okay, let me ask ChatGPT, right? Because I don't remember. Given my AJV Fastify configuration, how can I add... actually, no, let's go back here. Given this AJV Fastify configuration, how can I add a custom keyword here as well? Let's see. But do I have keywords, man? Where's the... Or am I blind? Am I... Shit, man, I'm so blind, dude. All right. Well. Okay. It seems I'm a bit blind or something. I don't actually know. I'm a bit confused now. But okay, that's what it is. That's how it is. Let me just add it to the top. It doesn't actually matter, right? I just need to make sure that the same validator is applied in the backend and the frontend, right? That's the whole point, right? And again, we're gonna do pretty much what we did in the UI as well. We're gonna get rid of that and this. All right, cool. So technically, if our API is actually compiling still, let's see. It does seem to be doing that, yes. Let's now go to the router, right? And let's go to so let's go to the schemas here, and then we should find video URL, right? This guy, right? And then here we're gonna say that format, well, this is a keyword technically right now. So it's not a format, it's a keyword, right? And if we take a look at some other things, we have a type and then the keyword is this. Okay, so at the very least we can do that, right? So where's our video URL? Right here. So we'll make sure that we do this video URL true, right? So now basically both our front end and back end, they have the same validation, right? Pretty much. And that's fine. So let's actually make sure that we test that, right? So if our API is going to be fine with what we give it. So let's go ahead and let's create another lecture in this section. And let's actually go and take one of the valid URLs. So let's do this. If we try to give it something false, our front end is already going to say, hey, you can't do this. Let's see. So yeah, so our API was actually okay with that. Let's actually go and directly hit the API. So let's test it not through the UI, because our UI is obviously safeguarding us against that. We know that, so it's not a valid way of checking. So let's go here. Let's go to lectures. Let's we'll need another JSON web token from the browser, right? So let's grab one. So let's go to cookies, right? It's an HTTP only cookie. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go to auth. No, let's actually go to the headers. Then we have this. Yeah, let's actually try to hit this. You're not authenticated, but where did we actually put it? Body. That's actually pretty funny. So let's actually go over here. Let's get one of the request headers. Let's get this cookie here. We're gonna grab this fella, right? And then we're gonna go back here and we're gonna say, hey, include this cookie. And then we're gonna paste that cookie, right? So yeah, so we hit this resource not found, and that's true, right? But we don't care about that. Give me 2 seconds. So let's get all lectures. And let's try to update the lecture like this one. So let's update the lecture with an ID of 4, right? So we go here, we say, okay, we want to update you. Let's see the body. Try this. And this worked because we didn't overwrite the video URL. But now if we actually take the video URL and we say foo, this should technically now fail, right? And must match format URI. Okay, let's give it a Google. Let's say HTTP google.com, right? So you can see kind of that, yes, it works, but we can actually technically now remove that format, because that format now is useless, right? Because there we don't really need to tell it the format anymore, right? So actually, so if I go to video URL, we can remove the format, because this custom validator or custom keyword that we've created already deals with that, right? Konuf, good evening, buddy. I cannot pronounce that name, sorry. Okay, so if we try this again, must pass validation. Yeah, so you can see now that it's actually good. So if we go to the UI now and we grab this one of this valid URLs and we go to the API, this should technically, I guess, work now. So let's give it a shot. And as you can see, it indeed does work. So we can see that by not going through our UI, which we saw that it works, we ensured also that our API, if somebody would hit it with curl and stuff, Jace, have a good night, friend, as always. All right, so updated lecture. Let's remove that. Let's remove that. Let's leave that. Let's leave few of them. Okay. And then let's lastly, just for the update stuff, for the lecture stuff, let's implement the update stuff, right? So let's go to our README. Let's open our Swagger, all right? I need to open it on a different screen. Let me open my Swagger. Let's go to courses down here. And what was it? So where is it? So lectures. So this is basically the lecture update endpoint. That's great. So let's go to the UI. Let's go over here. And then we'll need to clean up after this feature fully works. We'll then clean up this, move it to some sort of service or something, right? So we can kind of but actually it doesn't really matter at all. So let's do this. Let's grab this fella over here. Let's do this. Let's say handle update lecture. It's going to be a put request, right? Courses, course ID, section, lecture, lecture ID. Great, the URL is correct, right? And then it's almost going to be the same like this, right? Pretty much what we actually gonna do, we're gonna, instead of a filter here, we're gonna map, and we're gonna say, hey, if this thingy is true, so we're gonna say if that is actually true, not if it's not true. And then we're gonna have to make sure that our API, we don't actually have to do that, but we can, right? Do we actually need necessarily to return from the API? It's really our choice. We can or we don't have to, right? Yeah, so essentially we maybe don't have to, right? And then here we're gonna actually have, let's say, the body, right? This is going to be a put, right? So we actually, let's just say we will not be expecting anything from the API, even if it returns it, we don't care. We'll just use this body, right? So if this is the case, then return whatever the lecture is, and then whatever the body is, right? Just overwrite some of the fields or use the new ones that we just updated, right? And then, yeah. Yeah. And then we're going to reset the state to something, right? So that edit form is no longer visible, right? Okay, cool. And then let's pass this fella down somewhere. So lecture form, handle delete, and handle update, obviously, right? If we go in there, if we take a look at this fella over here, yeah, perfect. That should be fine-ish, I think. So if we move this fella over here, we close this stuff. Yeah, okay, so let's try to update now and let's see what happens. Okay, it almost works. I think it did update most likely. Let's see, payload, response. Okay, let's actually make sure that it did. Let me just say GG dog. We don't care that it fails. We're gonna fix that in a moment. So yeah, it does work, right? So let's see why it fails. We're missing something somewhere. Course, right? Handle update lecture, yes. Obi, my friend, good evening. How is life? Set course, spread the course, course sections, map to the course sections. Yes, if section ID is this, return the section, yes. Spread the existing one, then loop to the course lectures. If the lecture ID is equal to the lecture ID, spread the lecture, return it, spread the body, turn that. Oh, my bad. This thing here. So we forgot to return the lecture, right? So where are we? So here we forgot to return the lecture, right? So that's the problem, right? Most likely. Okay, let's try that again. So go here, dog, cat. And yes, we can see that kind of works, right? Now, the UX and stuff we're going to figure out eventually over time, right? Like, is it better to just close it like this? Should we show some toaster message? Should we remain at the same place where you are? That's a question for later, right? Maybe when you click update, maybe you should just stay where you are. That's now UX stuff that we'll have to figure out by using this a bit. I'm going to be the first one who's going to make an actual real course anyway. So I think it's going to be fine. So, okay, we can update all the entities. We can update the sections. We can update the lectures. We can update the course itself, right? We can unpublish and publish, right? We should probably actually have some modal here eventually so you don't accidentally unpublish the whole course, right? So it's going to be a bit of tidy up and stuff, right? Okay, so now we have basic boilerplate. We have basic UI for fiddling with things. Is it perfect? Of course not. we actually have to finish a few more things before we, so implement lecture, update lecture, so that's good, that's done. And let's do this now, make sure the tip tap content is actually saved, because we can see right now that we're not actually grabbing the state from the lecture itself. So we're not grabbing this rich text at all, right? So if I update this thing, right, we can see that it's nowhere there, right? So let's see why is that happening. So let's go to the UI, and yeah, so that's great. We have that validator, that's super. So let's go somewhere. Where do we want to go? So yeah, so let's go to the lecture, right? So let's close up a few of those things. So let's focus on this thing here now. And where's our tip tap, our rich text editor? It's here, right? We have the error here, we have the editor ref, sure. And then we have an editor state change. We're saying, hey, set the form state, the content itself, right? That's great. The irony here, though, is that we do have the content as required. So what do we actually get as the content? Let's refresh this and let's inspect it. In fact, let's actually go to our database inspector here, right? And let's go to course lectures. So let's see. So we do actually have some content, right? So okay, I see. So we do actually save the content. Let's take a look at dog cat. Okay, good. So we are in fact saving it, but we're not loading it in the state when it loads. Okay, great. So we're not kind of, when we go into edit mode, we're not setting it properly. Good. Okay, at least we know what it is. Cool. And I think the issue could be here, but let me go to some few other places where I'm using this same rich text editing stuff. And rich text editing is really hard. It's very difficult to do right, unfortunately. So let's see what I'm doing here. So get editor state. I have this function that fiddles with stuff, with some cache and stuff like that. Content, hey, if there's content, use it. Otherwise, use the empty state. And we have this get editors. Yeah, no, sorry, never mind. Get location state. The database tool that I used is called. Like 1 second. Try the site, but it fails to publish a post. Well, I mean, some things can be broken sometimes, yes, but it's generally working, so you should be able to. I wrote a new article today, so I'm not quite sure. You need to tell me exactly what doesn't work, right? And you should get an error, some visible error in your editor. By the way, here's the extension. You should get some visible error, right? I think I have released an article literally today, just some random stuff. Yeah, I did. Maybe a few hours ago, right? Yeah, 5 hours ago. So it should be working, right? Oh, actually, 3 more people joined the stream. Nice. So it should be working, at least to my knowledge, yes. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Cheers. It's a very good plugin. I actually recorded a video on my plugins and stuff recently for YouTube. Let me maybe share it with you if you care, right? It's up to you, really. Let me share it. I think I recorded the video maybe... When was it? 7th of April. I spoke about that thing as well, I think. Error details. Give me 2 seconds. Let me take a look at that. Thank you. Can't convert null to object. Yeah, this doesn't honestly tell me much. I don't know which browser are you using and stuff, but let me go to production, right? Keep in mind, that's why it says alpha here in the top, right? So things can and will often be broken, right? Yeah, I haven't tested in Firefox. Let me try, right? It could be a Firefox thing as well. But let me try, right? Let's just try here together, right? And I'm using Chrome, right? So let me like go to lorem ipsum. It could be broken very much easily, right? So, but it, yeah, right? So you can see I can post it and it works, but I'm not suggesting by no means that it might not be working for some reason in Firefox. I don't know. I'll need to test, right? Let's actually go let's actually let's create that error, or at least let's say test the article creation in Firefox. Let me just put it here. And thank you very much for reporting that. I'll certainly take a look and make sure that it's fine. Okay, done. Let me remove this stuff, hopefully. Yep, there we go. Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll take a look at it later. So where was I? What was I doing? Oh yeah, trying to figure this one out. Okay. Okay, let me write that down. One sec. Let me write that down. I'll fix that first thing after the stream. I'll just type your name here, just to, if you're ever back to the stream again, I can actually ask you again. Awesome. All right. Great. Thank you. Thank you again, man. Appreciate it again. Ah, perfect. Okay, wait. Let me also, because I can, this is perfect that you gave me this, because I can debug it off stream. I cannot expose some of the details here, especially not your private data. So let me just write this one down. Amazing. Exact 100%, 100%. Please don't remove it or anything, because if it is truly some sort of a bug, it's very valuable that I have it. So don't touch it. Leave it like in that state so I can figure out what the issue is. Very valuable. That's why I appreciate more than anything that you guys sign up, help me out, test it and stuff, right? It's not my pleasure, man. Thank you for taking the time to test it. Seriously. Okay, so let me just fix this quickly, right? Or I wouldn't say fix, I don't even know how to say it, right? On editor state change, we do content. Let me just test one thing. So that's perfectly fine. All of that is good. So I think the only thing again is that we're not really setting the state properly, right? So let's, do I have any side effect here? No. So how am I doing it in other places? Give me a second. On editor state change, yes. Yeah, that's also good. Then if I go down here, ref error, okay. Then what do I have here? I have a ref, I have an error, controls, and update, good. So far so good, and the only difference I guess where we could be doing something wrong is the hook itself. So use hook with form.content. So let's actually see what the content is. Maybe this is kind of where it bugs out a bit, if I can put it that way. So if we go somewhere down here, right? And I think, did I console log that in? No, actually, no. Lecture form. Yeah, that's the lecture form, no? Undefined, okay. Thank you very much for the follow, man. Seriously, appreciate it, and I appreciate your feedback. It's like so golden when people discover things. It's incredibly useful. Okay, so we have of course not. I mean, this should be form dot, what the hell am I doing? Form dot state dot contents dot value, right? So that's why, clearly, and we don't need this thing, right? That's always gonna have something, right? So let's do this, and then we should be good, I believe, or something along those lines, right? So we go here now, we can actually see the rich text stuff, right? So let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. Let's do this. Hi world, let's see if we can update that still. Yeah, and then if we get back to that lecture, okay, great, good. So we have gotten, we moved that out of the picture as well, so that's good. Did we actually implement the deletion of those? I think we did, yeah, we did. I don't know, whatever. Let me just test that once more. And yeah, so that this is kind of no, this is not true. Image URL actually is not mandatory, so we need to fix that. And also it's not going to be an input field anyway. It's actually going to be a potential image upload. So let's just bypass it like this for now. Okay, so good. So that works. But this is going to be an image upload. So if I actually go to my upload avatar, I think we have that functionality somewhere already. Upload user avatar, yeah. So I guess it's somewhere here, right? Yeah. You know what, actually, you know what we're actually going to do? Let me just think for a second. I wonder if we should even support this. So a lecture can either have a video or not. I don't know if this image URL actually, yeah, let's actually get rid of that. I don't want that stuff actually. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just get rid of that. No, that's actually good. We do need that. We do need that. Courses. So this we will actually not support. So there's no such thing as an image anymore. Update lecture. So let's get rid of this and this, right? What do we have? Courses, right? So we're going to remove this from the table from our SQLized model as well. Where else do we have it? We have it. What is this? This is schema of courses as well, as far as I can see. Yeah. Let's get rid of that as well. And let's get rid of this as well. And I think this is an avatar utility, so we do need this. Yeah, correct. Users. Yeah, we need all of that, right? Yeah, all good. Okay, perfect. The thing is, what do you suggest me to do? Because the thing is, right, like, okay, because someone else reported this, right? It's like, why is it going to spam? I see, okay. I see. Thank you super very much for this, right? You can, I think the best thing, if you have a minute, of course, is to do it here under bugs, right? Let me wave to designate. So if you would have a second to join Discord, here is where people generally leave them. If you're too lazy and you don't feel like doing that, just email it to me or whatever, right? Email, password, verification goes to spam. This is super critical. I need to figure out a way to fix this, right? And Konoof, man, don't apologize, dude. I appreciate you reporting this so much, man. There's so 3 billion things when you're building stuff on your own that it's doing it all perfect, if I may say. It's impossible, right? So many things, so many things. Yeah, okay, and then let's just get to the front end here, right? That's why I'm streaming, because your feedback is so valuable. It's unreal. So yeah, man. Like doing infrastructure, front end, back end, management, all of that stuff just takes some effort, right? And I suppose that now the issue, right, is shit. So if we actually go to setup Postgres, or how they know setup, yeah, Postgres, yeah. The error users. Yeah, but you have a column in there, right? I think well, the URL that you gave me isn't actually accurate, right? There's like a colon inside of it, right? So it should be /1, right? So it should be returning 400, yes, because the URL itself is not correct, right? If I'm not wrong, right? What did I want to do? Yeah, actually, so that happened while trying to... Which browser as well are you using? And I need to kind of silence this bot. It's pissing me off. Give me 1 second. Let me just write this down. Brave. Okay, I see. I don't think it's a browser thing, most likely, but okay. Yeah, I'm using Brave as well on my laptop. So yeah, it's purely Chrome based. You're absolutely right. Let me just write all of this info down and let me actually go to production myself. Maybe I'm gonna get the same, right? So if I go here and if I go to, right, it's my social links, let's try, maybe I can break it as well. So what if I add Reddit, which I don't have, and I do this? So yeah, it kind of worked for me, right? Chromium based, exactly. Okay, well, okay, I'm not trying to say it works on my computer because that's silly, but I'll need to test this further on, right? Because it doesn't fail for me, right? So the error that you got is incredibly strange. Failed to load resources. Server responded with a status of 400. Social links on my profile. Okay. I'll take a look at it. I'll also test on Brave. That's the thing. I need to test in so many of those browsers, right? But again, thank you very much. Yeah, and I can see you here. Nice. Okay, cool. All right. Well, written all down, all are gonna be fixed way before you guys are back to the stream next time. And what did I want to do? Yeah, actually, so what we have to do here now is I need to do just one thing. So I need to do this, and then I need to do this and that. And then I'm just gonna comment this stuff out again. And then obviously that's gonna fail because, and we'll need to cover that kind of stuff as well. So I go to courses, create your first course. This is my first course. This is my first description. Must be integer, okay. It's kind of funny, yeah. I don't know if we should do it here, right? Thank you very much, man. Yeah, the Discord can be quite annoying indeed. Ah, never mind. Wait. That's obviously a wrong place to do it. So let's copy that stuff. And how did I implement my core library? I don't actually remember. It's been quite a long ago, I guess. So what do? I call on change with the name and the value. I see. Okay. Yeah, actually, it literally did that. Input.value. Perfect. Yeah. Well, the Copilot actually is useful from time to time as well. Cool. And now it actually doesn't like it, yeah, because the input doesn't take an integer. Actually, wait a minute, where was it? Over here, right? Yeah, well, the type is the number, right? So, and I think that's wrong, right? Because yeah, I think that's the problem. Yeah, one sec. So it's not true that so no, the Copilot was not actually useful because it's eTarget name. That's how I implemented, and the eTarget value, right? So it's gonna be input dot duration dot value, right? I guess, right? Jesus Christ, man. All right, let's try that again. So it is actually input.value, right? Okay. Nick, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, man. Okay, well, we're not gonna do it there neither then. Okay, so let's just then do it in the handler itself, right? So it's annoying like hell, but that's what it is. So let's go actually handle create, right? So here we can say that's what it is, right? So we're gonna spread this crap, right? And then we're gonna say duration parse in exactly, right? We have to do it the same in this crap over here, right? So we have to also say this, right? Because it will, that's just how it is, right? It shows me client-side error now. Blocked by client on the end of the error. Okay, well, let me also write. I'm gonna write pretty much every single input down just so I can have it when I try to reproduce that, right? Because I have no doubt that something is broken, right? That's why we are in the alpha stage, right? Because until this stuff no longer happens, we will be in the alpha, right? That's perfectly fine. That's how products are built. They're broken and then they're no longer broken eventually. Okay, let's do this. Create must be integer. Motherfucker, man. It's now actually pissing me off genuinely. Oh yeah, because yeah, exactly. I think so at least. Wait a minute. Yeah, because we're parsing this a bit late, right, in the process, right? Yeah, so it's kind of one of those shitty use cases, right? But that's what it is, right? What can I do, right? Yeah, okay. It's fine, right? It's fine. It's okay, I get it. We're gonna do this, right? And we will indeed parse it here, right? To integer, right? Jesus Christ. So we will do this, but then we're gonna parse the value here to string, right? Because the input itself expects a string, so we can say, you know, what was it to string, right? Yeah, maybe he's, maybe your, I don't know, maybe your whatever, your, what is it called? Your ad block or something like that, right? Jesus Christ, man. Are you fucking kidding me, man? I mean, you are using Bray, right? And I'm pretty sure that it's highly, that it's very much customized in many ways, right? Because I'm using it on my laptop as well, so they have probably different policies, different security policies than Chrome, for instance, right? So there has to be something, right? All right, I mean, I don't have the time for this crap, right? Nor this shit here. So what we will actually do is a bit different change here. Yeah. Doesn't actually make much sense. Found it. Nice, man. Amazing. Okay, so now at least it's good, right? Okay, that's fine. Now we will actually, well, okay. It isn't a trusted connection. What do you mean it isn't a trusted connection? It is. I'm using SSL both full strict SSL on Cloudflare, right? So the connection is secured. So that's super strange, right? Super strange, right? Ah, I see. Okay, well actually first let me write that down, but I don't think I'll be able to do anything about it, right? I don't think I'll be able to do, unfortunately, anything about it. That kind of sucks ass, really, right? Like, I don't know how to fix that, right? That seems like a out of my reach, right? Yeah, that really sucks. Yeah. All right. So what the hell is happening here now? Like, what the hell is going on? Why are we? Maybe I'm just falling asleep already. We're actually not sending anything. Okay, I see. So wait a minute, what the hell? So form. Let's close this crap. Course form. Handle create, yeah. Handle. Ah, this is why. Okay, my bad. Because it's expecting a form reference, not form data, right? So, well, actually, let's just say here form data instead. Oh, yeah, exactly. Whatever, right? Okay, cool. Try that again. Just silly things, wasting our time. All right, so cool. Add a section. Add a lecture. It seems we're not actually getting an error maybe for this guy because it can't be empty, I assume, but it seems to be something else. So we do send the payload, content, section ID. Okay, no, yeah, title, video URL. So that's good. But I think we've messed something up when it comes to Regina, good evening. A couple of months ago, man. A couple of months ago. I just do this in the evening, you know, after work and family and wife and kid. But I started the project a couple of months ago. And I'm basically only building it in this when I'm streaming, right? So that's the only failed to create lecture. That's a bit strange, I guess. Oh shit, we have this thing. Well, I don't think that's an issue, but it was an issue most likely. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it was. We had that reference left there. Okay, good. That's all perfect. So we're kind of, yeah, we got somewhere this stream. We had a lot of discussion, so that's fine. But we got somewhere, right? So I think tomorrow we're gonna be at the good place where we're gonna actually start publishing those courses. And then we'll need an actual courses view somewhere, like not the dashboard, because now we're building the dashboard for the authors to release courses. But now we're gonna need the actual, just if we basically, so I think what we're gonna get to tomorrow is we need to build then the actual courses landing page for the users, not for the creators. And then when you go to a course, you're gonna be able to see like course info, whatever, which sections the course has. And then this enroll button. So we have functionality with the API, build the API for that. And then we want to kind of build this view so the users can actually utilize the course and watch it, right? So I think that's where we're gonna land. That's where we're gonna be. Yeah, I think that's the plan for tomorrow. Like, let's see. Actually, did we finish this today? Implement image. So yeah. So this we're gonna So tomorrow we actually gonna start with two of those things. This is like super low priority, right? Batan, thank you very much, man, for the follow. Appreciate it. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll need to round up. It's midnight here, and I need to go to work tomorrow. Need to wake up in 7 hours. So yeah, let's just call it a night. Tomorrow we're gonna be finishing this, and then we're gonna be focusing more on the views that users will actually be looking at and stuff like that. Good night to you as well, my friend. Laku noć. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna see my wife. Hopefully she didn't fall asleep now, so I'm gonna kind of try to hang out with her a bit for like a few minutes and then go to bed. Cassie, thank you for being around, man. Bass, thank you so much, man, for your input. I'm gonna see if I can do anything about that, and the rest of you, and Pepper, and the rest of you, thank you very much for being around. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. I'm gonna stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Copenhagen time. So if you guys are around, just come join me and let's build this. Still put it in Discord. Sure, amazing, awesome. Thanks a lot, man. Perfect. Awesome, guys. Thanks again. I'm wishing you the good night, good day, wherever you are, and I'll catch you guys